Alright, we're going to start up the motor again for the first time and see how winterizing worked out for us. Alright, we got the motor started back up again. It took a little bit of convincing. It's sat all winter. She's going good now. P-hole was a little clogged. Just got to take a little bit of monofilament, stick it up that hole, and then it came unclogged. So I was a little nervous at first. I thought maybe the impeller burned out a little bit, but no, it was just the hole was clogged up with some crud. So that's fine. Gas line's working good. And yeah, that's one more thing we can check off the list here.
Alright guys, I'm going to spare you this clip here. Basically, I'm explaining a bunch of stuff that has to do with the way I wanted to store the anchor. But long story short, it ended up being a really poor idea. So let's just skip over this whole section here and we will move on from there and solve that problem at another time.
So that's the plan with that. We also got 100 feet of nylon as our backing road there, and we got 15 feet of galvanized 5/16 chain from Home Depot. You don't need to go to a special marine store to get anchor chain. Galvanized chain works just as well as anything else. I mean, it's not going to rust. I got it on the other boat there, and there's not a speck of rust on the whole thing. So galvanized is the way to go. You can get it at Home Depot, 5/16, nice and beefy. I got 15 feet of this. It's freaking heavy, so that should be plenty to help set and keep that anchor nice. And then again, we got 100 feet of half-inch nylon behind that as a backing. So I guess we're just gonna get all that put together and feed the chain down into that so-called locker, and then kind of work on this other contraption we got going on here. So I'm going to leave a link in the description, guys, for this doohickey. My wife got this for me for my birthday last year, I believe it was. Pretty neat little boat tool. It's got a shackle wrench here. It also has kind of like a hex wrench there. It also has like your key for your inlets, like that. And I'm not exactly sure what this part's for. Maybe it's another kind of a key. Yeah, maybe use that one like that too. So yeah, and a little screwdriver tip also. And then of course, everyone's favorite bottle opener. So yeah, pretty neat little tool that we're gonna use to undo these shackles. And like I said, I will leave a link in the description below so you can get yourself one of these nifty little boat tools, alright? Alright, usually the smart thing to do is to take a piece of wire, thread it through here, wrap it around, and then wrap it around a link of the chain or something like that, so that you know that this is not going to come unspun when it's sitting down below the waterline. However, I don't have any wire right now, so I am going to skip that step. But I do want to bring it to your attention because you should be doing that as a safety precaution. And I do plan on doing that, so please don't jump down into the comment section below and start telling me that I failed to do that, because I do plan on doing it. I just don't have it right now, so it'll get done at some point. Alright, per usual, we are running into some issues already. First, the thimble that was on that anchor road was too wide to fit down the deck fitting. So I figured I would just pop it out for the time being until I got a smaller thimble. And then I switched out to the smaller anchor shackle that I had and just threw that onto the line directly. And it turns out that the shackle was actually too big to fit down there as well. As you can see. So, it looks like at this point we are either A, stuck with finding a solution of storing chain on the deck, which I really don't want to do, or B, hunting down a smaller shackle that will fit into that hole and a smaller thimble that will fit into that hole. But for the time being, I guess we're just going to leave everything on the deck and hook it up and work with what we got for now. And then I guess at some other point we're going to have to address that situation. So yeah, a little bummed out about that, but it is what it is at this point. Alright, testing out the horns that I got in. I ended up mounting them on the brackets that hold that Danforth anchor, because I don't think I'm going to be using that much, so I don't need those brackets, so I kind of mounted them up there. I'll show you that in a second here, but I just ran some test wire over to them and down here, and as you can see when I press the horn, oh, that's loud. Yeah, that's really loud. So they all work. Here, I'll show you where I put them. Alright, here they are right here. I think that looks pretty badass, actually. Obviously the wires are all going to get cleaned up. They're going to go into here and run kind of the way the wiring for the light runs. However, for that to happen, I got to take this whole thing off, and yeah, and I'll have to take one of those stanchions off to do that wiring. And as you can see, the sun's going down, so that is not going to happen today. Alright, Abby's going to test it, and we're going to see how loud it is, see if it scares the crap out of me. I have no idea when ah, Jesus Christ! Alright, one more time. Alright, hold it down. Woo! Yeah, I think that works. Let's do one from a distance and see how loud it is. Alright, we're gonna see how loud it is from a distance. We're up here in the garden. Right, there's the boat over there. We're gonna wait for the sirens to go by, alright? I don't know where they went. Oh, there we go. Alright, go ahead. Hold it down. Like longer, a little bit longer. A little bit longer. Go beep, beep. Alright, I think it's pretty good. Sounds a lot like a car, but yeah, whatever. Gets the job done, right? All we want to do is get people to hear us. Like, if it's foggy out or someone's not paying attention, horns come in handy. Or if we are in a distress situation and the radio's not working, we can try everything. We can do a little SOS on the horn. That might always help. And yeah. Alright, so the weather is actually really turning for the better. So I need to put a lot of these projects on pause so we can get the essentials done, so we can just get out on the water and go sailing again. Because that's what I want to do, and I'm sure that's what you guys all want me to do. So everything else is on pause. Right now we are going to drop the mast and get some of that stuff done, the spreader tips, things like that, get the right block on the main halyard there, and get all that straightened out, because that's one of the biggest things that's keeping us from sailing right now. So let's just get it out of the way. Alright, just to go over real quick what we need to do here. We are going to take this block off because we got the appropriate block, cheek block to go back here. Something tells me this is going to be a pain in the ass job because it's hard to get them nuts up in the, what do you call it here? Sail track. So anyways, we're going to do our best to get that back on there. Take this off. I'm not really digging the way the topping lifts setup I did worked out. I really don't think there's a need to make it go up and down, so I'm just going to have one static line instead of a two pulley ass lines coming down. The other thing we're going to do is we have a standoff bracket that's going to attach to this, what they call a chicken head, and that's going to be so we can take the wind vane and put it back so it doesn't whack our new antenna. So that's all going to happen. Whoa! We're going to trip over some stuff. The other thing that's going to happen is we got to replace these busted ass spreader tips. You can see how bad those are. And we also got some like boots to go over that to protect them a lot better. And that should do it for the mast. Yeah, so that's the plan for today. Alright, we finally got the chute block in there. It was a bitch like I expected because it's hard to get some freaking tools up into the that slot there. Stand-up bracket's all set, so at this point we just got to run our halyard through, and this portion of the mast will be all set. There, that'll work out just fine. Alright, just to show you kind of what I'm doing here. As we kind of discovered before, having issues fitting the anchor rod thimble and the anchor chain, specifically the shackles, into that little deck doohickey to stuff it all down there underneath. I could cut that hole bigger, replace it with something wider to fit all that stuff in. But in the interest of time here and money, I have some umbrella type material here. What I'm going to do is kind of like put together like a kind of basket container, I don't know, pouch. I don't know, all those sound pretty girly. The man container of chaininess. But I don't know, that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to throw it all together and we'll see if it gets the job done. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but I'm going to try, alright? Yeah. Fingers down my spine. Girl, you look mighty fine. This is what I got going on for the anchor right now. It's kind of the best solution I came up with. Before, I thought it sat really nice with it kind of like standing, you know, up a little bit. and tucked under that cleat there. It was pretty secure, and then I just wanted a place to stick the chain. However, I ended up throwing the jib on yesterday just to kind of see how that all worked out, and the jib ended up getting hung up on the anchor because the anchor stood up too high. So I couldn't do that. So the next best thing was to kind of put it like this, and then I had it secured with some straps and wrapped around that chain bag that we made. So basically at this point we would have to need to shorten the strap a little bit, I think. Get the anchor unsecured by that, like that. And I made some snaps here in this bag to kind of keep that all under wraps. And there's all your chain, and that's held there by the lifelines. So yeah, I like the way this bag came out. I think that's pretty cool. So, at least with this setup now, it's all out of the way. It is secured, and the jib can function while we're sailing. The only other way to do it, and I really don't want to do it, is to get a bow roller. But it just fits so funny on this boat that it would come off the side, and I would have to kind of build up the deck a little bit with some like wood and fiberglass or epoxy or something. I don't know. That would just be a big project, and the bow roller itself, I think I paid $80 for the one that I have on this boat over here. So it would be expensive too. But for now, I think this will be just fine, and we're going to work with what we got.
Next time on Sailing Freestyle, we will give the tiller a nice makeover. We will also install new lights and wiring on the trailer. And we will also take the time to grease the wheel bearings. So we are all set and ready to go sailing. Hey guys, if you've been enjoying the channel Sailing Freestyle, please consider becoming a patron by stopping over at the Patreon page. Something as little as $1 a month goes a real long way in supporting this channel. And to all you patrons that I have currently, thank you guys very, very much. You guys are all rock stars.
All right, kind of showing you what